everybody, and welcome to Coast Connections. My name is Kayla, and I am going to be your host. Unfortunately, my co-host Bridget, she PCS'd, and she's trying to get settled into their new home, so she's not going to be able to join me currently, but she will be in the future. I mentioned on a post of mine that I had a special guest that has actually invited me to be on their broadcasting show. Her name is Diva, and she also has a broadcasting show called Diva's 2 Cents, I believe. I'll make sure I put in the link at the end of this episode so that way you can follow her. She's a great lady. Me and my husband met her and her husband on our family vacation last week. She is a real estate agent in 2 different states. She is also a travel agent, and she gives financial advice for people. Her husband is also a Marine veteran. So that's kind of how we ran into him. My husband was talking to her husband, and it just kind of, mingled in together in the conversations and stuff. And I told her about my broadcasting show, and so here we are. So make sure you look out for that episode. Make sure whenever we do post it that you guys get to see it. So I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be a fun time. Getting my name out there, getting this broadcasting show out there for everybody to see. So I look forward to that. It's going to be fun. Also, too, I'm actually going to be attending some events here on Paris Island. I have reached out to another military spouse, and she is we're in the talks right now. I don't know the full details. I'm not 100% sure, but in the upcoming months there are some spouse events that are going to be taking place, and me and her are talking, and we're working it out to where I could possibly attend one of those events, or maybe a few of them. So I would love for you all to come to them, show your support to me. That would be great. I'll make sure to post that as information comes in, and I can be able to share it. So be on the lookout for that as well. One thing I wanted to go over today in our topics is the holiday season. I know a lot of families that are military, it's really hard for us to just go and visit family during the holidays. So, try to find another military family that's going to be staying home, and maybe have a Thanksgiving dinner together or a Christmas dinner. That way you're not alone, and y'all can both kind of share some new tradition, old traditions, or anything that will help you get through the holidays. I know it's tough, and it's really, really hard on us to just go and visit family when we want to because of our spouses' jobs. It's been 5 years since we have went to my husband's family's house. So we're actually planning on going and visiting his family for Christmas. So we're really excited about that. Also too, I think this goes without speaking of it. I know personally that sometimes our families expect a lot out of us and think that we could just, drop a dime and be able to go visit, or, be able to get in our vehicles and just come and, take a trip. But it's really hard, especially whenever, like our situation. My husband is a drill instructor on Paris Island, so his schedule is very demanding, and it's really hard for us just to drop things and go and see family. Our vacation that we just took last week, I actually planned it out way in advance whenever I knew his schedule came out. And actually, his schedule changed twice after I booked our family vacation. And it just, it, we were biting nails because I literally thought, oh crap, we're going to run into one of his cycles and he's not going to be able to go. And I was going to be really upset because I spent a lot of money on this vacation. So I just want to, it's really hard for us to, just pack things and go. Also, I go to school full time. I work full time. We have 4 kids that are in school. One who's in high school right now, who's 2 years away from graduating and going to college. So it's really hard for us to just drop things and go. But talk to your family, let them know what's going on. Say, hey, I can't just drop everything and come and visit. I'd love to. It's not that I don't love you guys, but life sucks. And this is part of our life. And that's that goes without saying, like it is what it is. And we made this decision to marry somebody that's in the military, and or our spouse decided to join after you got married, and it's just how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately, and we just have to roll with the punches. But there's always another uh family that's staying home that you can link up with and just celebrate the holidays together. um you Me and my husband, when we were stationed at Lejeune, there were, single young Marines that were staying home, and we ended up bringing them plates of food for Thanksgiving, because, we just wanted them to feel like, we don't want you to go without. We know that you're missing Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever holiday it was, from your family. So we're bringing food to you so that way, you're not left out. So I really enjoy doing that whenever we get the opportunity to. I know this year we probably won't be able to just because of just how, like I said, life is. But, we do care and we do send our love and support to all of our military branches and their family. God bless you. And, we hope you have a really good holiday and stay safe, and just, live life to the fullest. I do want to. I know in my post that I made a few days ago, I was talking about inspirational topics and stuff, and I kind of want to do that today. Um, One thing I wanted to bring up is for my fellow military spouses is never feel like you are alone. We are all in this together. I'm a military spouse. The person next to you is a military spouse. You have a support group. Find your tribe. That is one thing I cannot stress enough to you guys, is that there is always another spouse that is going through the exact same thing you are. It may look a little bit different from the outside, but they are literally in the same boat as you. And, just reach out to another spouse, link up, do play dates with your kids, your dogs if you have pets, or just go out and get coffee. There's always another spouse that is willing to sit down and chat with you. I am more than welcome to chat. My inbox is always open. If you find me on Facebook, whatever, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I've actually been in situations like I am now where I don't have family, I don't have friends around, and it's really, really hard and it's really stressful. and you just seem like you're the only person in it, I promise you, you're not. I'll be the first person to tell you, you're not alone. There's so many support groups. Find your fro through your spouse's unit. Talk to them. Let them know what's going on. They can steer you in the right direction. They can give you advice and help you out, especially new spouses. That is a big thing. Connecting with your fro and making sure that you know all the ins and outs of what your spouse is doing at work, so that way you don't feel like you're not there either, because you're both going through it. I know spouses get a lot of hate sometimes, and it's probably because of other spouses that go out there and make themselves look like idiots. Yes, they do. I will say they do. But um there's always support groups. There is a military one source website that you can go to and look up local stores, childcare, school, all that stuff for you. It can help, especially wherever you're stationed at. It is narrowed down to your location, so you can be able to put that information in, and you can go up there and you can find that information easily. So they do have that. Um, if you have EFMPs, you have an EFMP caseworker where you're located or stationed at. They are fantastic people. We have one because of our kids and me. I have some health issues that requires me to have one, and mm, every duty station that we have been at, Our our EFMP caseworker has been phenomenal. They reach out, they call, they check on you, make sure everybody's good. If you need anything, resources, they're there to help you out. And if you're a DI wife, you have your FRAs in your spouse's company. So make sure you reach out to them. They also know events that are going on within your husband's company, and they can help you, connect with other spouses. They're also in that same company with you, so that you don't feel alone, and they always have things that are going on. So please, please, please find your tribe, get connected. Don't feel like you're in this alone. You're not. Okay. Um, I'm a people person. I love meeting people. So I'm like, whenever me and my husband go to events, I'm always walking up to people and be like, "Hi, my name is Kayla. It's nice to meet you. What do you do?" Like, trying to figure out who they are as a person, individual, and just go from there. I know a lot of people are introverts and they don't. Um, but that's okay. That's cool. There's introverts just like you that does the exact same thing. They don't want to talk to people, or they're not really good at socializing. That's cool. There's groups for that too. Um, I know here on the East Coast, we have our kickball teams. I know they have them on the West Coast, also in Hawaii, I believe, the duty station there. I don't know about excuse me. I'm not sure about Okinawa or anything like that, but I do know um like Lejeune, here on Paris Island they do. California they do, in Hawaii. So join a kickball team. I played kickball at Lejeune and I loved it. I played for a few years. Um and I had the best time. I connected with some really awesome wives that I still to this day, every once in a while, will check in on them, see how they're doing. And it was really cool because we got to play kickball and just be military spouses. So this was really fun. I loved it. Those are some pretty awesome people to hang out with. So join a kickball team. I mean, you won't regret that, because they are loads of fun. I hated that I did not play this year. Um, I might next year. I don't know yet. We'll see. Depends on how my schedule goes. But um, another thing I wanted to bring up is new military spouses and new moms who are married to a military spouse. There are all sorts of resources out there for you guys. Um, there's a lot of support groups that can help you um, in anything, whether that's finding a doctor or just finding out information to help you get connected. There's all those resources out there. Like I said earlier, Military One Source website, they have a lot of good information on there for new moms and spouses. So make sure you check that out. I cannot preach much about Military One Source. I absolutely love that website. I go there all the time, trying to find information out about where we're stationed at and stuff. Um, One other topic I want to bring up is PCSing. So I know PCS season is starting to die down some, but you know, regardless, during PCS is such a stressful time. You're moving, your husband or wife got orders, and now you're moving to another duty station. You gotta pick up everything, you gotta move. We have let's see, we have moved 4 times, I believe, 4 or 5 times since me and my husband's been married. And each move, it seems like it just gets harder and harder and harder. Um, and this move was really, really hard because we did not know what to expect with my husband being a drill instructor. It was kind of a hit or miss situation. We got here and then we kind of just got lost. That's literally how it felt. And another thing that we're like kind of stressing over is our oldest daughter will be graduating high school in a couple of years. And we're like, oh crap, my husband's orders will be up and literally in the middle of her senior year. And it's like, do we stay? Does he transfer to another base that's nearby so she can still go to the same school so she can graduate? Or do I move in advance and take the chance that he's not going to go or be stationed where we move to? So it's been really stressful for us trying to navigate that situation because we don't want to ruin our daughter's education. We want to make sure that she is set up for college, and she's already talking about college. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to do. Like, has anybody else been through this? I've literally went on several community pages that I'm on that also is military families and spouses and stuff. I'm like, has anybody been through this? I would love some like feedback because I'm lost because I have no idea what to do right now. So if you've been through this, please let me know. I would, I would love the info because it would help me. But that's another thing too, talking about resources and stuff. Every community that we have moved to, except for one particular duty station that we went, there has always been a community page that I have been able to reach out to other spouses or other military people and like ask questions if I didn't know it. And even if you feel like it's a stupid question, I promise you it's not. I'm pretty sure somebody else is probably thinking that exact same question. They just don't ask. Um, there's always drama on our community pages. Like, can they, I always like when let me back up. When I look at these community page posts, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what is happening? Why are people like this? Like, is this really how we talk to each other? It's a lot. Like, I just I can't wrap my head around it. I'm almost I'm 6 months away from being 39, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, this is worse than high school drama. Like, it's drama. And I wish I had Bridget on here right now with me. The drama that we would talk about would be ridiculous. Like, it's crazy how much drama is on these pages. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna move on from that topic because I don't want. But anyways, there's community pages for you to join if you're a new spouse or if you're new moving to a new duty station. Look up your local community group page and get connected with spouses there. So that way, you can get all the ins and outs of your new location or your new community where you're being located. Um, but anyways, I did want to bring this up. Me and my husband were on vacation and I met this cool lady. Her name is Diva. And she has asked me to go onto her broadcasting show. She does Diva's 2 cents. I'll look it up for you. She is on Facebook. She does financial resources for you. Yeah, it's Diva's 2 cents. And she is a phenomenal lady. Her husband is a Marine veteran. And that's how we got connected. They were doing like a Veteran Day special event. We went on a cruise and they were doing an event for veterans. And my husband went to it and met her husband, and we got connected and started talking in England and whatever. And so she's going to bring me on her broadcasting show. So when that happens, I'll make sure to post that episode so that you guys can watch it. Also, too, one thing I want to bring up, I reached out to, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, but the base commander of PI, his wife, I had met her a few months back at a spouse event, and I reached out to her, and me and her are in the talks of possibly me going to a spouse event here on Paris Island. So if you live in the local area and you're stationed here on either Paris Island or the Beaufort Air Station, please, you are more than welcome to come. I would love the support of you guys being there, um, giving me kudos or whatever. Greatly appreciate it. So once those events dates become available to me, I will share them with you so that way you guys can go and attend. But I just, I started this broadcasting show because I want to connect with other spouses. I've been a military I've been a military wife for 10, going on 10 years now. My husband's been in for 11 and a half years. And, every duty station that we have moved to, it's been really, really hard for me to connect with other spouses. Because I think it's because there's a huge age gap between me and spouses in my husband's rank range, if that makes sense. A lot of them are young 20-year-old spouses, and here I am almost 40, and it's just like I can't connect with anybody. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just I'm at a different maternity stage than they are, and it just makes things really hard. So I started this broadcasting show to connect with other military spouses so that you're not in this situation alone. there are other spouses out there that are more than willing to meet up and have a coffee date, or, you know, go on a dinner date with you when their husbands are deployed or whatever, and you just want to go out there and mingle and just, be human and make friends. It's really hard in this lifestyle to do that because we're moving all the time. Just like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, my friend Bridget, we connected um at the beginning of our kids' school year last year, and she's up and moved on. So, and I connected with people when we were stationed at Lejeune, and now I moved and I talk to them every once in a while, but it's really hard to connect when you're a military spouse because you're always moving and you're always, you're here for 3 years and then you up and leave, and you don't know if you'll see that person again, or you hope you do. You hope you get stationed at the same place again because maybe your husbands work at the same unit or the same battalion or company, whatever, and you're just like, oh, maybe we're moving here, so maybe you'll be moving there too, and they end up in Okinawa or like us, Paris Island, Beaufort area, so it just, I think it's not expressed as much of how hard it is for military spouses to find people to connect to, but it does happen. Like, it's really hard for us to find friends and stay connected because, like I said, we move every 3 years, so it's really hard. And then trying to connect with your old high school friends or friends you grew up with in your hometown. They don't understand this lifestyle unless they are a military spouse because it's literally not for everyone. I will put it that way. It is very stressful. It's very hard. And, it clicks of why there's, divorce rate in military families are so high. And it's like, it's because the spouses were expected to, and I know I'm going to get laughed at about this, and you know what? I don't care for all you haters out there, but we literally get told we have to put our lives on hold because our spouse is moving or our spouse is active duty and we're having to move every 3 years. We literally do have to put our life on hold. I graduated last year with my associate's degree. It took me 10 years to get that degree, but I got it. And now, I'm in the process of getting my bachelor's degree. I'm supposed to graduate in June of next year. And it's just like, it has been so hard for me to find jobs, um, find doctor's offices that can deal with my health conditions, my kids' health conditions. There's just so much that a lot of people don't see on the spouse side that they're like, oh, you chose that. Yeah, I did choose it. I chose to support my husband in his career, but also at the same time, I am my own person. I am an individual. I think I deserve to at least have that ability to find me in the middle of everything. And we get so judged when we say that. And it's like, oh, well, whatever. No, it's not whatever. You deserve to do you. You deserve to go out there and get a degree, go out there and find a career, find, your who makes you. You are your own person. You're not your husband or your wife who is a Marine or airman or a soldier or whatever. You're your own person. And I can't, me, I'm the type of person I cannot stay at home. I was not made to be a stay at home wife. I did it for a few years and I thought I was going to lose my mind. I have to have interaction with adults. I cannot, like, I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy I was a single mom for 3 years with my 2 girls. I enjoyed watching them grow up and become their own person. And then I got married to my husband now, and we have 2 boys together. So I have 4 kids total. And I enjoy every bit of a second that I get with them because eventually they are going to be grown. They are going to be out of my house doing their own thing, you know, moving somewhere else, making their own life, eventually getting married and having their own kids. And it's just like I could I can't stay home. Like I have to I have to be out there with other people. I love talking to people. I love interacting with other people that understood me at the time. My kids are a lot older now, but it's just like I can't do that. Like there are some of you out there that are stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads. You rock, because I did it for a few years and thought I was going to lose my mind. So I applaud you. You deserve an award because this chick is not made to do that. So and I appreciate you guys out there to do that. I really do. I think are superheroes. You have no idea because it's a hard that is a hard job. And it is a job because you are at home 24/7, 365 days out of the year. You don't get a break, you don't get vacation, and you definitely get underpaid. I'm just going to say it. You do. So I love you guys. I support you 125% because that job is not easy. Um, so, and that goes to all of my non-military wives and husbands out there that stay home. You rock. I love all of you. You do a fantastic job doing what you do. Okay, but this can't do it. I can't. I work I work a full-time job now, and I go to school full time, and I don't know how I manage doing all of that and deal with my 4 kids and then my husband's job too, because every time I tell somebody I do that, they're like, "Oh my god, like, how are you able to to do that?" And I was like, "I have no idea, but I'm doing it, and I'm making good grades too." So, yeah. Um, but anyways, I just some people are made to do certain things, and some people are just not built to do that way. And I'm one of those. I'm just not built. I'm just not. But um, anyways, but I really do appreciate you guys. I would love for you to continue to follow me with upcoming episodes that I have in store for you guys. Like I said, I'm supposed to be doing an event here on Paris Island for spouses. So please make sure if I post those dates that you attend. I would love for you guys to be there to support me, but also not just to support me, but to also support yourself as a military spouse, going out there and meeting people. Because I went to a spouse event a couple of months back, and I'm the type of person like, oh, these things are not for me. Like I just, even though I love to meet people, I love to connect with other people, certain things, like I have really bad social anxiety, and I just don't like go into things and then me having to like talk to people like in front of people. But now that I'm doing this and that, so but anyways, it's more or less for you to connect with other military spouses and find resources that are for you, that you can gain information about where you're stationed at, what's available for you, all of that good jazzy stuff. But anyways, I want to hop out, and I hope all you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving.